We're live. I didn't feel like doing a timer today. I think they're stupid. Plus, I'm trying to work with this whole thing. But please stand clear of the podcast. Por favor, manténgase de la del podcast. There was Spanish in there. I think I messed that up like all heck. But
on the money.
I really don't care. And, you know, at the end of the day, I am Dozer. I am here to be your podcast host, your rescuer, your swim instructor, your cook, and maybe even your skipper. And that, my friends, is Bruce. And he is also, well, he worked in guest relations. He never was quite a skipper. We all wanted him to be a skipper. He'd been the best damn skipper that the Jungle Cruise has ever seen. Or tower guard.
I would have loved to have been on tower.
You have the, I don't know why. Because you have the smile, you have the jovial personality. It's almost like your profession might lead you to being perfect for this role.
You know, some say I'm dying to do it.
You know, death puns. They're overrated, but we'll keep doing them.
Of course they are.
No, I'm not giving you a sound effect for that. If you're listening to the audio version, we have an audio version? But I think we want to talk a little tonight about... So, they're changing another ride for sensitivity reasons, they say.
Among other things.
Yeah, among other things. You want to tell us about what ride they're changing?
They're changing the world-famous Jungle Cruise. In case you all didn't have it read in the news, the Jungle Cruise that was announced by Disney Imagineering, so it's true, this is official, it was announced. The Jungle Cruise is going to be getting a bit of an overhaul. Certain scenes will be going away and certain additions will be made. And an animatronic skipper will be added to your voyage. Now, I know what you're all thinking. Like a certain ride that might be parked down the street based on the giant monkey, Banana Breath. There is not an animatronic guide. There will still be a person. They will still spiel. They will still interact. Your skippers ain't going anywhere. We love our skippers. They're here to stay. But there's going to be an animatronic skipper that's going to be along. And they're going to give you a little... Actually, I'll be honest, don't hate it. And there's plenty of reasons why I could see being upset by it. But they're going to give some backstory. They're going to give it a better story to the attraction, which I think will work out better for the long run. You know, it hasn't had anything like this in a while. The only overhaul they really do is for the Jungle Cruise, and I understand that's at best.
Yeah, and honestly, I think it's all good to get better additions to this because they've clearly been working on building up the Jungle Cruise brand with the Skipper's Canteen, and the announcement video included something else that I completely forgot. And, well, I'm not going to watch an announcement video since I'm now recording this. I should have written it down.
You know, the famous boat names that everybody knows when you get on your boat. If you never noticed, look at the top of the boat you're about to board. They all have a name. And they'll be They will all have they will give a little bit more story about they're getting on these boats. Well, what's really going on? There's going to be a capsized boat. There's going to be new animatronics. It's going to be monkeys. It's going to be some fun things. Yes, some things will be removed for sensitivity reasons, but I think they kind of forced their own hand on that because of something maybe happening, I don't know, over in Frontierland.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but also, oh no, they are replacing some of the most mundane, boring animatronics in Disney property.
And not just that, there's a lot of dead space on Jungle Cruise. There really is.
That's why there's so many bad jokes. Like they legitimately need to fill up this dead space with, I'm going to show you my favorite plants. This one, and ooh, that one.
Not that one.
Not that one. Points to the lady with a flower in her hat. But you know, there's a lot of dead space. I hope the changes don't take some of the soul away. I hope it doesn't become rigidly scripted for experienced guides.
I don't think it's going to be originally scripted. I also don't think it's going to be backlot. I know some people are probably already thinking, oh, right before the backlot tour went away, it was all automated. It's not going to happen like that. And they're changing things. And I know that's scary. We all don't like change. I get that. But I'm okay with this change, mainly because there's another change that could have happened. And it's better than with a bulldozer.
That is true. For a ride that is notoriously expensive to run.
Well, it's a water attraction. Remember that, folks. This is a water attraction. Water attractions are expensive with upkeep. And another thing, this isn't like the Haunted Mansion where you can build a nice new queue. Big Thunder, you can put some story in the queue. It's really hard to do that on Jungle. Because the queue is fine. There's nothing wrong with the queue. I like it. It works for the attraction. But I think the
doesn't work. It's like this big. Yeah, it is not a fluffy, friendly queue.
It is, and unfortunately, it was built for a different time, which I also understand. But it works for the attraction, but it's not. I hate to bring them up again. It's not the Jaws queue. The Jaws queue did a great job of kind of telling the story and little ads and everything. It's the same kind of thing, but it's not the Jaws. It's a different time. I think it's a great idea. I'm here for it. I trust Imagineers.
I trust Imagineers. There's just one problem. They're announcing this like 6 months too late. 6 months earlier. And I know a certain roadie's hand would have been behind more of it.
Yeah. Well, you don't know that he wasn't behind the idea of it.
Yes, but being behind the idea and being behind the execution are two vastly different things in the Disney sphere.
Yes, they certainly are.
You could design it to the high heavens, but if the person executing it does not have your vision, guess what? You're getting crap.
Also, people are like, oh, I can't believe they're changing it. This is not going to happen anytime soon. They use the magic word of animatronic. Unless they've secretly been working on this for a very long time, I don't see Jungle Cruise going down anytime during the year 2021 for obvious reasons.
Also,
one being the reason.
Also, we're going to talk about, the rumors that grind your gears, that Disney's running out of money. Which, are they hurting? Yes. Is the Parks division bleeding money? The division that normally has never, ever lost money? Yes. Is Disney one of the largest companies in the world suddenly going bankrupt? No. But what we have here is they wouldn't even be announcing this if they didn't know they were going to be able to execute it in the nearish future. Maybe not this year, next year, the year after. So they have the money. They're not shutting down Tron because they don't have money. They're shutting down Tron because there are a whole myriad of things. And it could purely be they don't want to debut it with nobody here.
Also, allegedly. It's still allegedly shutting down Tron. Allegedly.
Hey, we're not actual journalists. But the mouse has long arms.
Yes. Just saying. This is still rumor. That hasn't been announced. The same thing of rumors of, they're shutting down Guardians, but that hasn't been announced. You don't know that. They could be pulling teams for any sort of reason.
Yeah, I don't pretend to know what's going on because I don't know what's going on. The only thing, half these rumors start by a bus driver. And
a Dippin' Dots guy.
Yeah. And I don't care if it's Allie from Disney Food Blog, Lou Mangello, or even Van Netcott.
Oh,
they are not authorities. They are still fans like you and I. They are still just speculating.
Even if you are an insider and you have insider information is great, but you usually don't bring insider information up until you can normally talk about it. Otherwise, that's another thing to note here, folks. Somebody who knows something, they probably will get in big trouble if that gets leaked because the theme park industry is known for leaks. Because, let's face it, if there's a secret, everybody knows.
Yeah. So that's nothing to worry about. But as we're going on here, I'm just looking. I put a question out on Facebook if anybody had some cues for us to give some A's to. So, you have no idea what's coming. I'm going to ask you some Disney cues.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh boy.
Who else?
This
Am I
will
going
be
to
fun.
ask a mouse in my pocket?
I don't know. As long as it's not a rat. Mouse, we can deal with. Rats, I don't know.
No, the rats live down the street. So, what do you think? And I'm going to pick a park here. He goes generally. I'm picking a park. What is the hidden gem attraction of Epcot?
The hidden gem attraction.
The hidden gem. What does not everybody know about that they need to ride? Might not have a long line. Might have a long line. I don't know.
I'm going with Three Caballeros.
You stole my answer. But
I'm
yes.
going with Three Caballeros only because it is a little tucked away and it's not as open. Let's face it, most of the attractions are in. Now you could easily do one of the foreign movies. I do like them for various reasons. American Dream could be a hidden gem attraction. That also could, but American Dream has been around forever. Three Caballeros, mainly because it's so deep inside the pavilion. If you don't go in, you just walk by and go, oh, that looks fun, and just walk on by, you won't know what's there.
Yeah, it's a very weird thing. It's a very weird location for the American Adventure. And I'm sorry, you got stuck there and your North Jersey was showing the American Dream?
Oh, I'm sorry, American Adventure. My bad.
Sorry, Dusty Rhodes ain't coming out tonight. But if famed Disney fan Scotty Too Hottie would love to join us, I would be all for it. And I could get together with my wrestling podcast, Such Good Shoot, and we could do a team up episode. In fact, on Such Good Shoot, we just interviewed the Godfather last week. Find us on Pro Wrestling Junkies on YouTube and on all your podcast sites. So for Pro Wrestling Junkies and Such Good Shoot.
Shameless plug.
Your point? I love shameless plugs and cheap pops.
None. I was on HHN 365, or will be on HHN 365 recently.
Ooh, now that's exciting. Give us more. Give us more.
I was a member of the trivia contest last year. As a member of the trivia contest this year.
Did you win last year?
I did not win last year. I was in the finals. I did not win this year. I'm getting. We'll see what about this year.
Yeah. Okay. So then we have that, and it seems a trend I've noticed. I'm riffing off a question that we have here. As Jasper is mutilating that squeaky hot dog.
Sorry, it's actually a squeaky tombstone. Folks, I'm sorry about the noise in the background, but I needed to keep him calm somehow because we weren't able to go to a walk today because of the walk. It's fine. He's distracted.
But one of the trends I've noticed that Disney has been scaling back on is
there's a word.
No, this has been for a couple years. The fact that they've been bringing food back to park-specific food back home. So there was a time where you could get a turkey leg anywhere, and it seems like they've been trying to rein that back to Frontierland. And I am all for this. I don't want to see the food everywhere, the special food that makes each land great.
Yeah. Well, you used to be able to find it. Well, for a while, it was one place per park.
Mm-hmm.
Like Toluca legs at Hollywood.
Yep. That's what I remember. They also had them in the American Adventure and Dino Land?
Yes, we did for a while cook them there. Yes, I actually did cook turkey legs at Dino Land, fun fact, once in a while. But the actual the place moved. It's near the Oasis. It's between the Oasis and one of the Asias.
Okay. So, we have that. And do you have a hidden gem restaurant? And this could be anywhere, just your hidden gem.
Okay, I'm going to go for it. Hidden gem, Trails End.
Well, is that not the Disney podcaster thing to say? I'm pretty sure everyone.
I'm sorry. I know it's cliche, but I say hidden gem because, truthfully, You wouldn't know it's there unless you actually know it's there. And unless you're going to Hoop-de-Doo, I love Trails End. I love that all you care to enjoy. Those words. No buffet. I love it. There's a lot of things that you could consider hidden gems, if you will. But frankly, over the years, when there's a hidden gem at Disney, Tulip, everyone knows about it eventually.
Oh, yeah. Everything becomes known because once the Disney podcast community and the Disney internet community gets on it, and then they put it in every list. They publish 100 videos going, why you must have Figaro fries at Pinocchio's Village House.
Oh, too soon.
Oh, they got rid of them? Yeah. I don't care. I've never had them. I've never cared.
Figaro fries are good. You could actually get them at least if it was a few years ago, they got rid of them. I don't know if they brought them back. The Plaza had something that was close to them. But Figaro fries were good, but that's a great example. That is a perfect example of, then everyone has them. Everyone wants them.
Yeah. Or the fact that for the longest while, and it did make me sad when they made this change, the fact that at all the major eateries at the Magic Kingdom, you could get a burger with a Fixins bar. And now they have more or less scaled back the burger from Pecos Bills. They have some burger, but it's not just a cheeseburger. And that makes me sad.
That's a dangerous memory to bring back.
That was my meal, a burger at Pecos Bills, because I never ate at the other place.
No, I have actually worked a shift at Pecos and Cosmics, and I will say Pecos pushed me to my limit. I had a very trying guest at Pecos that really pushed me.
How could they be that trying? There's 5 items to choose from.
Yeah, I was prepping the back. I was not on register, and they pushed me to my limit.
Well, you're always going to have a trying guest at Disney. There's entire books written about trying guests at Disney.
Yes.
The best.
I have been one, I'm sure.
The best books, though, come from the cast members getting their revenge.
Yeah, I won't tell those stories.
One of my favorite anecdotes from those, because I can tell them because I was never a cast member, nor do I have any friends that are current cast members.
Ah, there it is. I have certain friends, I'm like, I ain't telling some story. They're going to come back and be like, you ain't getting me fired.
And this was back on the day on the submarine voyage. And a lady, mid-submarine voyage, changes the biggest blowout of a stinky diaper of her baby. To the point that the captain phoned ahead, they turned off the waterfall, and he opened the hatch. Well,
oh boy.
They finished going around this loop, and if you remember the submarine voyage or 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, I forget which one exactly it was. They already smell.
Yeah, there is an odor. Here's the thing, to talk about that for a second, because it actually came up this past Sunday when it was talking about. My 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea experience was not that great. I actually had to be forcibly pulled off the attraction.
Shocking.
Well, I didn't believe that it was over, and I also didn't believe that it was safe to leave the sub. I was convinced that the tentacles were going to get me, and I was not going.
And
and folks, this is 2 years ago. No, I'm just kidding. I was a very little kid. Yes, I know. It's shocking. I was little.
So then they leave. And this woman had the audacity to leave that diaper on the boat.
Oh no.
So a cast member who found it went, ma'am, you forgot something.
I once had a guest who demanded we drain Pirates of the Caribbean to find her prescription sunglasses. She went to Pirates Dry Docks to find her sunglasses. I had to inform her. That ain't happening. So that many things will be happening here. They do a search for items that are dropped in the water and such every night. That's not happening. But they're $500 glasses. That's not happening.
Yeah, no. So I want to give a quick story of Disney Hope. And this is a story my mom loved to tell, and I was there for it. So this is a first-hand story, and this is the power of the Disney Lost and Found. We are at Illuminations one night, and we're on our way back from Illuminations, and my mom sits there, and she is missing her gold Seiko watch. Missing. And we don't know what happened to it, where it went. My mom's convinced it's gone forever, as anybody would expect.
Oh, well, God.
My dear old grandma was on this trip with us. And if you know a good old Italian Catholic grandma, they're nothing if not persistent and stubborn. Well, we were staying at the Poly one night, and, you know, it's just sometimes faster to get off at the Transportation and Ticket Center and walk instead of going to the Poly station. And while we're there, we're passing Disney Lost and Found. And my grandma's like, Ann, you're going to go and you're going to ask about your watch. So my mom, being the dutiful little daughter, walks in and goes, do you have my watch? Okay, where'd you lose it? Illuminations. What country were you standing at? Round China. Okay, what was it? Gold Seiko watch. What day? Tuesday. Give me 1 minute. Walks to the back 5 minutes later. Is this your watch, ma'am?
I love it. I love Disney Lost and Found. They are fantastic.
And let's just state something here. If you go to Disney Lost and Found and you lost a common item, you're probably going to get it.
Oh no, I lost my Squeeze Breeze. What will ever happen?
I am fairly certain it doesn't matter what kind of description you give. They're going to come back with a Squeeze Breeze. They have 5,000 of them back there.
My dad did lose a hat, and the guy walks out. Nope, we haven't found it. There it is on his head. A little less, obviously a little more description than a Squeeze Breeze, but yes.
Yes. That being said, I lost a Jaws hat on an American Airlines flight that they never found.
Never found.
5 minutes later, it was a cool-ass hat, too. Had a bite out of the brim.
Aww.
And I was like 12. I love that hat. And Jaws was my favorite ride because our trip on that ride, because apparently this is memory lane trip.
We have gone completely off course.
Who said we had a course? I think our episode title is We Talk About Stuff.
Yes, we do. We do a good job of it.
But we're on Jaws here. And this is our first time at Universal Studios. The first time my family has ever been to Universal Studios. So clearly, the first time we are riding Jaws.
Well, hold on. What year was this?
I can't remember.
Oh, you said you were 12. Never mind.
I did not say an age. The age I may have stuck in for facts, but I don't remember what age I was. Between 8 and 12 would be relative. It was not the first version of Jaws. It was definitely the second revised version.
That's a given. That's a given here, folks.
Hey,
I'm a bit of a Jaws. The age right there. We're about the same age, so that's a given right there. 2, I'm a bit of a Jaws expert, and you've never mentioned the inflatable pontoons, so.
So, we're getting onto the boat. And I don't know what it was for this reason, but they're letting you pick your row.
Actually, that would have been the thing back then.
So, all of a sudden, my mom sees the people in front of us. You know, first pick of the rows, new boat. Goes to the second row. So my mom goes, awesome! She takes first row, driver's side. And if you've never been on this attraction, because it's been out of commission for about a decade now, if not longer.
I was there. It's the last day of operation.
When that shark comes out, it comes out with a little bit of force.
Gusto.
And especially, I feel like it had been toned down after this, but we got more drenched than you did on Splash Mountain.
They control that, and like the last day of operation, you sat in the boat and the water started spilling over the sides. It was like, oh no. 10 minutes? We'll be shark food in 10 minutes! This thing's loaded! Sorry, I love Jaws.
Oh, it is one of the best butt rides ever made. And if you really need to know more about Jaws, I highly recommend everybody stop when we're done this podcast. Go to the YouTubes, type in how to tune, T-U-N-E, a fish. Mr. Bruce here showed this to me 11 years ago.
Many years ago.
And you need to go watch this.
They used to do things like that, and it is the Jaws skippers made their own video. It was fantastic. There's also a book out there that gives a lot of goes through interviews about Jaws, including the original, with Ride and Show Entertainment, which were former Disney Imagineers, about the original Jaws. That is so informative. If you're into theme parks, I have the book somewhere around here. I'm not going to attempt to find it right now. It is so informative. Some of the interviews are really engrossing. They get the real nitty gritty about the original and the recreation.
I love all the stories about Disney. But Universal Florida opening day attractions, like there are some shows to behold there.
And the almighty, the biggest of the big, was Ride and Show Entertainment's Jaws. But disclosure, if anyone from Ride and Show Entertainment or the relatives happen to be watching this or listening to this video somehow, I do not blame you one tiny iota. Ride and Show did nothing wrong. I'm on the record saying that. Ride and Show, you have a believer.
Bruce, I think it's safe to say, given the track record of things that have happened since, it is when there is a problem at a Universal attraction, it is very rarely the attraction manufacturer's fault.
Rip Rocket. The Incredible Hulk. Dusty in here, but he was playing with the toys.
Yeah.
Dusty. Listen, I'm biased because I'm actually, what happened with Ride and Show Entertainment was divine intervention. What happened? What happened with Jaws is divine intervention, because if nothing happened to Jaws, Horror Nights wouldn't exist.
Yeah, but that was by far the best. That first version, the shark biting the boat and dragging it.
They tell, and if folks actually should look that up, if you can find, there are some rare video clips of the original version, and they say it was hard to get it to work, but the original version of Jaws, when it worked, wow.
It was
some water.
It was an amazing attraction that I never got to ride in that incarnation because I was like
little kid, very little. Yeah.
What year was Universal Florida? 88, 89?
91?
Doesn't matter. Roughly the same.
Hold on a second. Let me check my poster from Halloween Horror Nights history. 1991.
That is a very good use. Yeah. So I was, and to this day, this is a tip for today. Universal sucks for kids.
Universal is not the kids park, it is the teenager park.
That's okay, but they have no real accommodations if you have a child and you need to swap them in line. Their plans are horrible. If you have a child, you just are going to have to suck it up and kind of go, I'm not going to Universal for a decade. Because that's where I'm at. I'm not going till the kid I have and any future kids I may have are old enough and tall enough to ride stuff. And if you're familiar with my family, tall enough to ride stuff is a very real thing that may never happen.
Yeah, but luckily, there's other parks in Central Florida you can go to. I don't know. Maybe a little down the street.
Gatorland! You're going to love this park.
Gatorland. Oh, wait, I forgot. The Holy Land Experience.
I think they finally ran out of money.
They definitely ran out of money since their crucifix was on sale online, and I was close to buying for the top of my work.
Do you think there's any podcast covering the Holy Land Experience, like an in-depth recurring podcast?
No, I'm the only person I've ever known that's actually gone.
My Bible-thumping mother never even made us go there.
There's a reason. But because, listen, there's all sorts of great things to do in Central Florida. SeaWorld.
Yeah, it's been years since I've been to SeaWorld. But, we might be able to squeeze another episode talking about SeaWorld.
We could. There's a lot to talk. SeaWorld's fun. Yeah. I like SeaWorld.
And, since he's here and he's commenting, and hey, we have a viewer.
We do have a viewer. Hi, Brian. What's up, buddy?
If anybody else watches this, Brian, why don't you put some information in the comments so I can give you a plug and a shout out so people may use you for a travel agent. I would, 100% honest, but I'm DVC, so that's a struggle.
And I would book travel agent things, but friends and family discount, baby.
Yeah, I
count as the friends part, by the way.
You couch surf Disney.
Hey, no. I pay fair and square for my hotel.
Yes, and if you can make it there after 47 hurricanes.
Listen. Don't make me pull up my count of Days to Horror Nights.
There we go. Brian at lovethemousetravel.com. I'm assuming there's a .com in there. .co maybe, .net. Look it up. You'll find it. He's a great guy, and he will help you book your magical Disney vacation. And if it is like any other Disney travel agent I know, the mouse pays him, not you. Use him. Book your magic.
Brian's like Allstate. You're in good hands.
You are.
And if you don't like Allstate, I'm sorry. Just trust Brian. We trust Brian. Brian's a great guy.
Well, we'll probably have him on sometime since apparently he's free at this time of night.
Or is he just free to see us?
Well, everybody wants to see us. He's trying to live the glory days of college or something.
What's college?
I don't know. That thing that gave me a piece of paper. But now I think and apparently if you go to college and you go to Disney while you're in college and get paid to be at Disney while you're in college, you can go to a hot tub that has every STD known to man and some known to monkeys.
Yes, you can. Never went in. Did my college program. Did the PI and all that fun stuff. Yeah, I never did that at Vista Way, though. Thank you.
He's State Farm at the moment. But, till next time, this has been the Diz Idiots podcast. Remember to like, subscribe, ring the bell icon. Find us wherever you get your podcasts, Stitcher, Amazon, Apple, whatever. I will post it probably everywhere and nowhere at the same time. I'm Dozer. He's Bruce. We'll catch you on the flip side and have a magical day. I don't know.